everybody, and welcome to another GoBrunch talk show where we get to interview one of our incredible GoBrunchers who are building communities and virtual spaces using GoBrunch for their own communities and audiences. Hello, Maddie. Welcome. I can't wait to hear all about you and your business. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Oh, thanks, Marissa. It's lovely to be here. So I'm Maddie Alexander-Grout. I am a multi-potentialite, which basically means I do all of the things.
Yeah.
I really struggled because I've got ADHD and autism to actually niche. So instead, I niche by the type of people that I serve rather than the types of things that I do and sell. So that means I do quite a lot of things. I'm a money specialist. I am a TikTok trainer, visibility strategist, ADHD business coach, author, speaker, festival runner, lots of different things.
We have a lot in common. I also have an event company and we do pop-ups. So for makers and stuff like that. So, and I am also a marriage commissioner. I am also a multi-potentialite. I prefer having many different focuses at once. And that keeps me excited to do this.
Yeah.
I love being able to use GoBrunch for a variety of different uses too. So you've built a community on GoBrunch?
I have indeed. Yeah. So I've got a membership called Invisible Influential, which is all about helping entrepreneurs to be seen, heard, and understood. So I work with people who have got neurodivergent conditions, disabled people, people who are from marginalized or underrepresented communities, people who have basically got hidden struggles, who sometimes struggle to kind of show up for themselves, show up in their business, and in particular show up online. So I help all of those people to basically live their authentic self and, be the person that they really should be, unapologetically, unfiltered, and whatever that looks like to them.
And how does GoBrunch help you do that?
It's more about me, actually, in a weird way. It's about me expressing me. But I stumbled across GoBrunch about 6 months ago. I was trying to find somewhere for my online business festival. So I wanted an online event that was exciting and inclusive and just a really cool space for neurodivergent and underrepresented communities to come and speak their true stories.
Yeah.
And every single place that I went to was not only really expensive, but was also really fucking boring. Sorry, excuse my French, but like it was just, not a space where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
I don't like going to in-person events. Like, I'm an empath. I always end up coming out of the room feeling everybody else's energies.
Gotcha.
I'm somebody who is like, being a TikTok influencer, I'm quite visible. So everybody knows me, and then I don't know everybody else, and then I end up feeling really uncomfortable because someone's like, Maddie, and I'm like, I've got no idea who you are.
That pure social relationship is kind of weird, right? Where people feel like they know you well.
So I wanted somewhere where, like, you could be online, you could meet new people, but you're not going to be awkward about not knowing who they are because their name's underneath them,
Right.
It's actually really easy to be able to distinguish one person from another person. So I created a space for my online festival called Visible Fest.
Nice.
Since then, I have made myself a little office. I have a co-working space for my membership. I've got stages for all of my group containers. I've got lots of different. I've even got a toilet, actually.
Wait, did you say that you have a toilet?
Yeah. So I wanted it to be like a real life space where, like, people felt really included. And one of the things that I really get annoyed about is when you go to an event and they just have your bog standard male and female toilets. It really annoys me. Yeah. So I wanted to make a gender non-conforming toilet. Like,
nice.
So I made this really cool toilet. And also for networking events, like, some of the most exciting conversations happen in the toilet. So I just thought, I'll make a toilet. So I've got all sorts of different rooms. I've got like a chill out lounge, which is called the Cassette lounge. I've got a cafe, like all sorts. I'm going to show you all of them, and I'm really excited.
Well, this sounds like a good time to like hop into it. So let's start getting into some of these rooms. Show us all the things that you made.
So I'm going to show you. The first one I'm going to show you is this one. which is just going to load, annoyingly. Might take a while. Okay, let me know when you can see it. It's decided it's going to die. There we go. There we go. So, so this, just going to go up in my little camera so you can see me. This perfect. Is the Amplifier Stage. So this is where I have my my group container, which is called Amplifier Influence. It's all about helping entrepreneurs to get more visible, own their soundtrack, and show up authentically as them. So I started this in January, and in England it's very cold in January, and everyone's really depressed and like really morbid. So I wanted the start of the new year to be like hot and sunny and really exciting. And I thought, yeah, do you know what? If I have a stage that is set on a beach where people can relax and feel really chill, then they're it's going to help to learn, like help them to learn more. So this is the Amplify Stage. And this is also as well part of Visible Fest. So everybody who goes through my cohort in Amplifier Influence, they all get a guaranteed speaking slot when they come on my stage at Visible Fest.
Oh, so fantastic.
Yeah, and I teach them, and they're usually people who are quite shy about public speaking. So it's kind of like their introduction before they go on to like some of the bigger programs.
So do you have a circle on the stage, like when you're teaching?
Yeah, so when I'm teaching, I will move myself in the middle. Okay. And then if I'm sharing, I'll like make myself a little bit smaller, and share a PowerPoint or a calendar design or whatever I've made.
Okay, so you use your big camera then in this
case. I use my big camera. So I'm always the facilitator, and then that's why the circles are so teeny weeny here. And it's also because I hosted in this room when I was launching Amplifier Influence, I hosted a webinar for like 600 people. So I had to make them really small so I can fit them in the room. But if we scroll down a little bit, or just give you, and I mean, there's a lot of seats in this room.
There are, yeah, for sure.
Lots and lots and lots of seats in this room. So this is my largest room.
Yeah. And I think we can fit like 700, but I'm sure people were going to try for more in the future of how many seats that we can put into GoBrunch. And I'll just like point out a few things here. So this is interesting that you use your big camera versus having like a big circle on the stage. This allows people to, because they can actually customize the GoBrunch from their view. So they can move you over to the left-hand corner if they want to. Yeah. And then if you're sharing a screen, they have the ability to make you as big or as small as they want. And then of course your screen share, which is, I think is really great for me as a viewer, because I might have different needs. I have an audio processing, so I might make you bigger because I'm going to read your lips as I go. And I do have a captions software, so I might have it scrolling on the other side. So I can really organize my screen so that it is designed for me as a person who is consuming the content, which I think is definitely an advantage to every other software out there, where it is either you're in a box, you're forced to like only look at the presentation, it makes the person's face really small, and then you lose that ability to read their lips. So from a accessibility perspective, I think that GoBrunch has a slight edge. It's not perfect. We're working on some other definitely some disability and accessibility issues that we have in here. But I think in that case, for that particular type of person, this is an exceptional way of doing what you've done.
Thank you. And I always try and make my stages as accessible as possible. Like, I know that it sounds really silly, but I have a lot of disabled people in my community, and I would want them to be able to feel like if this was real life, that they'd be able to get on the stage without too much problem. So all of my stages all have ramps as well. So and those are great visual cues. And from a design perspective, my good old friend ChatGPT really helped me and came through for me here with this one. Like, I think I do a lot of my design work using ChatGPT, and I have to say, I think these stages were the hardest ones for me to create.
It is hard.
Because you tell ChatGPT to create you something that is accessible, and all you get is wheelchairs everywhere and like disabled signs and disabled parking signs, and you're like, no, that's not what I want. It's
a reflection though of what's happening in our world, right? And I mean, it literally, when you say to people, oh, we need accessibility options on a building, they just say, oh, we'll put up a ramp in the front, and then they leave it at that, and they miss all of the other things that need to go in for different disabilities. It's as much as it's frustrating, I always go, okay, it's a temperature check of where we're at in the society's understanding of what accessibility means.
Absolutely. And I didn't want it to just be like, like an add-on, like an afterthought. So all of the ramps are like part of the theme stages. That was frustrating. It took me a while, but actually when I got them, I was so chuffed with what I made. So I'll show you some of the other rooms that I've got. So this is where this is my lobby. So my lobby, everything's going very slowly today. I apologize.
Well, we're also in the midst of the end of the sun's 10-year cycle. So we're getting like a ton of solar flares out here. So anything Wi-Fi and online is
just nobody likes it. So this is the lobby. My whole GoBrunch community is called the Maddieverse.
Okay.
Maybe slightly self-indulgent, but like I'm all cool with that.
That's your brand.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a little video here that when people come in, it introduces them to GoBrunch. It tells them how to set up their profile and all those kind of things. You can see here that there's like a little bit of a chat going on. So like people who have been in before can do this. People can have a seat, and then I've got directional arrows which take you through to other stages, which just makes like the navigational element of it a little bit easier. So this is the Bold and Brave stage. Again, another one of my Visible Fest stages. So I'll just get on a circle cam. These are slightly bigger circle cams, but actually I'll go on the big cam so you can see me a bit more. So here again, you'll see we've got the ramp. This is like there's space on the stage for sponsors logos. So mine's sponsored by the Spicy Brain Collective, this one. And this is one of my stages. I needed pink glitter balls. It was essential. So when people come and you can sense the inclusivity of this festival. So this is one. And then I'll show you the final one. And actually I have I've also got down the bottom here, I've got easy navigation down the bottom as well. So this is you can see here actually, like without even really having to go anywhere. This is the invisible to influential stage, which is again where I hold all of the stuff for my membership and like the people here. So we do like weekly webinars and stuff like that on this stage. And then I'll take you to my office where the magic happens.
Nice.
Which
I like doubling up on the navigation. Definitely if somebody is an experienced GoBrunch user, they've come into your space a lot, they'll start to use the all rooms, but using the arrows and the pictures allows people to have that visual.
It does. It does. And it just makes it a bit easier. And then we had down below, we had like the timetable so that people knew who was speaking on which stage. So it was just kind of like a constant reminder. And then like people could click for all the other stuff. So I'll show you my office. So my office is where I do like all of my one-to-ones. If I have any sales calls, I'll always do those. And this is like my winter office. I feel like in the summer I'm going to have a different vibe because I think
you don't have the blanket and the fuzzy pillow soaking up the sweat, right? Yeah.
Exactly. I don't want to be I don't want to be sweaty and then come into a room and be like, oh my god, the fire.
And the fire. Yeah.
Because it is almost like an immersive experience, and I can 100% say that every single time I've had a sales call in this office, I've converted that person into being a client because they love how different it is. It's not your boring kind of Zoom meeting. And a lot of my clients are mainly all of my clients actually are neurodivergent. A lot of them are autistic. A lot of them don't like making eye contact. So they can have the camera off. If they want to talk to me with the camera on, I say to them 100%, you don't have to make eye contact with me. The whole reason why I've made a really, really crazy room is so that there's lots of different things for you to look at. So like if you're not looking at me, I'm not offended by that. So it just makes it a really, really nice kind of inclusive space.
The one thing you could add in here is some animation, some little GIFs in there. I find that that's helpful too, because as you're having a talk, especially if it's like a really personal talk where, you know, maybe they're, you know, slightly uncomfortable, having just like one little repetitive movement in the room has been a game changer, because they can kind of focus on that movement while they're, you know, processing. So there's lots of like, fun things that we can do in here to really help those situations as well.
It really does help, doesn't it? So the next place I'm going to take you to is the Rainbow Café. So the Rainbow Café is where I have my small group coaching programs. I am a non-drinker, so I became sober last year after realizing that my ADHD made me drink too much. Mainly because of the fact that I mask, and I mask in a big way when I booze. So I decided that rather than it being a pub, which I mean, I love some of the GoBrunch pubs. I mean, like the RJ's Come Right In is amazing. But, you know, this for me was like, I wanted somewhere where everybody felt included. So this is the Invisible to Influential Cafe. And we do small group coaching in here. We do like small kind of networking things. All of my members in my membership are allowed to come in here and, you know, have breakout sessions, have chats with each other whenever they want to. So basically I keep my community open 24/7 so that people can come and go as they please.
Before you go, I just want to point out one thing in here. So I just noticed on your chat, so you've left the chat in here so that people can kind of see that people were in here and experiencing it. And I just want to point out, because Kira has her pronouns there, and this is something that is completely customizable. So your members can come in and put what kind of name they want. You've got your full name. Maddie, Alexander-Grout, she, her. You've got your pronouns in there. Other people can choose whether just they want to have their first name, and they can have their pronouns in there. It's not part of like the profile, but they can just edit their name so they have it in there. So that gives your members an ability to kind of identify who they are and how they want to be, how visible, I guess, they want to be as well.
Absolutely, because some people aren't going to, you know, some people might not be ready to share their pronouns. So we are very clear at the beginning, like, if you want to share your pronouns, please do it.
Or even their last name, right? Like even their last name.
Absolutely. And, you know, we did actually have a lady who, like, she was just testing it out and she wanted to join really fast, and she didn't realize that it was actually going to be visible to everybody else. And she was having a bit of a joke with me, and it's now become a thing where, like, she'd actually just got out of the shower and she called herself Naked Lady, and she has forever been Naked Lady. I won't let her change it now. I'm like, I know who you are.
Oh, that's perfect.
So we do that. So that's kind of this one. This is one of my favorite rooms. So this is the Procrastination Station. The Procrastination Station, when it loads, I think it's my internet being slow today. I feel like it probably is all of the planets moving around, and
it's just the sun. The sun actually is just like emitting all of these solar flares, and it basically just disrupts the Wi-Fi. We'll be better after July.
Exactly. So I'm just going to close this chat because nobody wants to know about what these people are chatting about. This is the Procrastination Station. So this is a completely silent room. So we do co-working in here sort of once or twice a week. People come in, they get accountable, they tell us what they're doing in the chat, they tell us what they want to get done in the 2 hours, and I basically come and kick their ass, and then they leave with all of their work completed, and it's all good. So so this is the Procrastination Station, and like we find that people absolutely love this here. Like, it's a really nice space for people to hang out.
It's really cool, the virtual body doubling, and how well it works in these kind of rooms.
It is, exactly. This is the Cassette Lounge. This is where if I'm having like a little kind of maybe like a 3-way call or something that's just a bit more kind of relaxed, but maybe isn't a client meeting or anything that's too formal. If it's just kind of like a get to know you kind of session. This is the Cassette Lounge, and people can come in here and just, hang out, chill out.
Nice.
And just, it's just part of the Maddieverse. Some nice chairs, some bean bags, some nice lighting. There's always nice ambience in here, and And people really like it actually in here. So that's
You definitely have a beanbag recurring theme in all of your rooms.
I do, because I really hate chairs. Like in fact, I don't really like sitting at events. So I like, if I'm going to be at an event watching somebody talk or do something, I want to be comfortable. I want there to be beanbags. Like, I'd much rather there was beanbags than there were chairs. Like, I mean, we want to keep it accessible. There's lots of different seating in here for different, different strokes for different folks. But like, for me, it was all about like just being, and this is very much on brand for me. Like, I'm like, in my branding, I've got loads of cassette tapes. I've got a tattoo of a cassette tape on my arm. Like, it's all about owning your own soundtrack. So this is where we just.
I really love that you've continued this brand. Like you said, you've got the cassette tape on your arm. It's reflected on here when people come into your universe. They recognize these things that you've repeated. Going to each different rooms and having that beanbag, that repetition is really good for in a community, because it feels like they're all connected. It won't be a jarring experience to all of a sudden go somewhere else.
Exactly. All of my things. So I've also got like I think I'm going to take you to the urination station next.
Okay.
So, I have to remind people that they're not actually allowed to urinate when they're in this room, unless they are doing it somewhere elsewhere, and they're not supposed to put their cameras on.
Right.
But this is my accessible toilet. It is an inclusive, gender non-conforming toilet. It's sparkly, it's fun, it's somewhere that people can just come in, have a chat, mingle, do whatever. But it's and there's like closed bits, open bits. It's a nice little rainbow shower at the back there as well. So if anyone wants to wash off after their whatever dirty conversations they're having, they may.
Cool.
So I just wanted there to be somewhere that people felt like they could. I mean, you can see Gavin likes it. Lols, at least there's a urinal for me.
I think it'd be interesting too. I like the idea of this, because I think even like we do online events too, and sometimes it can just be really overwhelming, and you don't necessarily want to leave the event either. So maybe just come in here for a little bit of a quiet space. There's things that we can build into, like you've got it where people can come in and have a chat in here, but you might also have like a bathroom stall where they could go in, and there's actually no cameras, no mics enabled. You can actually disable that in GoBrunch, and they can just come in for a bit of quiet, have a moment of reflection. You could have something maybe written on the wall of the stall, that allows them to get focused. It could actually be used as a really cool tool to just remind people that they can, move away and regulate even in an online space.
Absolutely. And I think the best one, and I think this is going to be interesting. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this, because it's actually in a different section of it's a different set of rooms. So I'm just going to actually go out of here. Still going to keep sharing, and I'm going to go to Spaces. It's in Spaces, isn't it? That's where it is. I'm going to show you where we had our Christmas party, because I feel like the Christmas party room is really, really cool. So
I love that.
Doesn't actually want me to click on Spaces, so I might have to go back out, and I might have to stop sharing and then reshare.
Or does it have like a specific URL?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It really doesn't. I don't know why it's not working, but I think it just needs to go back on there. So
gotta go play Maddie's Christmas party.
We're gonna find my Christmas party, because it is a very cool place. Spaces. Here we go. Oh, see, it works now. Just didn't want to work before. So we've got three different rooms. So I'm just going to share again, so you can see where we're going. My events. Here we go. Right. So this is the main Christmas party room that we had over the last Christmas. Which is basically, we use this for like all sorts of networking. We played silly games. We had breakout rooms. And this was where we had like all of the magic stuff. So you can see that my rainbow theme, my tapes are still coming in here. It's bright and glittery, and I've got my disco balls. And there's a dance floor. So this was where we came first. And then we had two breakout rooms. We had elves. and we had gremlins. So this is the elf room.
Okay.
So
yeah,
you can come
it's
in.
got Buddy right there.
It's got Buddy. He loves it in there. I mean, he does have a very weird face, but we don't talk about that. If you look at him too full on, he does actually look a bit like a horror buddy.
Okay.
But everybody loved this. So like it was really fun. It's got his little catchphrases and stuff. And then the Gremlins room, which I think actually my Gremlins room was my favorite actually. It's really cool. So yeah, this is our Gremlins room.
Oh,
the Gremlins are here. They're ready. They're ready to have
a
drink. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the time? You have to have like a clock in here.
I should have had a clock. But I wanted like some. I tried to do a Die Hard one and it didn't work. And then loads of it. And that sparked the conversation. Is Die Hard a Christmas film? Of course, it's a Christmas film. It's filmed at Christmas. So yeah, we had lots of fun there. But
I did see another member had at Christmas time. They had the heating duct. So you could go in and they had like a gigantic circle in the center. So, and like the arms. And so you could like literally go in, put your face in there with the arms and the heating duct. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So much fun. So yeah, we've had some really, really, really good times in here. I'm just trying to think of whether or not there's actually any other ones that I can show you.
I like how you got that one circle right on that second fire there. The person who's eternally cold can just go fit right in the
they're not allowed anywhere else. Look at the shop as well. Oh no, wait, this is one of the best ones actually. I can't believe I forgot to show you the Dopamine playground. This is the Dopamine playground.
Okay.
Again, this is another place where I do group coaching and networking depending on which set of people I'm doing it with. This is more of like party vibes. Like it is of course an adult soft play, and I'm not showing it to you because you can't see it. Hang on, I'm sharing the wrong screen. Hang on. That's
but you were delivering the suspense.
Suspense is going to be really, really cool. So I'm just going to close this one down, and then I'm going to share the other one. Right now, here we go. Right, the Dopamine playground.
Oh yeah.
This is where people come to party and it's fun. It's all about people like letting go, being there, being themselves, and meeting and connecting with other people in here.
I love how AI was like, you want balls? We got balls on the ceiling, balls on the floor,
balls everywhere, like balls in your. No, I'm not going to go there, but that was where we wanted to go. I wanted it to be a really fun, really cool place for people to hang out. Like no inhibitions, people can have a laugh, people could be childish in here, and it was just a fun space. And I've got clients as well now. So like if somebody comes into my membership and they are somebody who does one-to-ones and courses, like I will let them like kind of have a room in my space as well. So I've got one of my coaching clients who has got their own little parenting space. Sponsors as well. So my sponsors for Visible Fest have their own offices. So that during the event people can go and like have office hours with people. It's not just for me. I also extend my space to other people as well.
It really allows you to open up that sponsorship package where not only do you have like your imagery in the rooms, or you could have a sponsored room, but then having, like you said, that office, so they can do office hours, they can have private demos. That really allows them to have more of an intimate experience than they would necessarily get elsewhere sponsoring.
Exactly that. So these are all of my spaces and like all my rooms. I'm just thinking like, where else can I show you? Oh, I've got a shop. Do you want to see the shop?
Yeah, I want to see it all.
Yeah, the shop's here as well. So the shop is oh no, there is a 404. I don't know. Oh, I know why there's a 404. The 404 is with the actual shop, not the link.
This is an embed.
This is not a GoBrunch thing. This is a Maddie thing.
Yep.
But you can kind of get the gist.
So
you can get the.
You've embedded. Did you embed like a Shopify or what?
Yeah, we did. So it's clearly unembedded itself. So that's my fault. So we'll move away. We'll swiftly move away from that one. We'll go to a different one. What else can I show you? Bold and Brave, Healthy Minds, Positive Parenting. Oh yeah, so I did actually start a podcast studio, and we're working out here like whether or not I want to do a podcast. So I can't remember how far in I got with this. Oh, I did actually get quite far in with it. So
perfect.
This is my podcast studio. I still haven't quite worked out if it's going to work, like chopping it up onto socials, but
I think you have it far enough apart. We were talking about this before we started recording. I think you do have it far enough apart that you could. I probably would make the circles a little bigger. Just to like really get that. I put the logo in the middle, and then, or you could put the logo above each of their heads too, because then when you cut it, it's already there. Yeah. Or, I mean, it might be that you make your logo a sticker and then you can add it wherever you want when you are going into the editing. True. But I mean, you're able to like live stream. I was saying like we were live streaming. I just had to fix my sound. But we live stream from GoBrunch rooms. So then you've got the live stream, and then afterwards you can re-edit it and repost it, and of course do the social media, the TikTok size afterwards. So I think there's a lot of capacity here. I'm happy to help. Like if you want to get some ideas afterwards, I'm happy to help. Because I really think there's a lot of capacity here for us to do some really interactive, both, like I said, live streaming, podcast recording, and then social media content without having to do extra work, without having to do all the right. And it looks visually interesting. You've got like your bright colors in here. You just need a couple cassettes.
I do. Yeah. This was a
beanbag chair in the corner.
Yeah. This was very much a fiddle around to see if I could do it before I spent ages creating a room. But I feel
like I was saying, I think you've done a good job of having the seats far enough apart so that you could easily do a 9x16 cut afterwards.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think I want my podcast is growing at the moment, and it's, I've actually in a couple of weeks I've got a couple of like UK celebrity types coming on, which is really cool. A couple of I've got a lady who was in a 90s pop band who were really popular here, and who's also done the foreword for my book, because I've got a book coming out next month. So yeah, it's very exciting.
Also, are you going to do a virtual book tour in GoBrunch?
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm going to do. I'm actually going to have a virtual launch as well. So I've got an in-person. I've got an in-person book launch, but I'm also going to do a virtual one as well.
Yeah, because I mean, you could set up a room where you could do readings from the book, and then have the buy book link right in the room. So then, as people are listening to you reading your excerpts, they can be buying right there.
Absolutely. And I think it's really fun having a book launch online, and also I've got social media followers who are all over the world who won't always be able to come to an actual in-person book launch. That's going to be something that's really important. So I think there will be another stage. It will be a Mad About Money stage, which will be nice, because the book's called Mad About Money as well. It's all about helping neurodivergents to understand their money story, whether they're in debt or they might be saving or spending too much, or trying to start a business. Because as most people know, if you have ADHD, your money story is often quite higgledy-piggledy and not always the best. So it's quite exciting. So my other brand, Mad About Money, which is a slightly different brand, very, very, very slightly. All of my stuff is still rainbow. It all kind of fits under my personal brand. But the Mad About Money stuff, I've got my own app, and that community comes in here as well for different things. So there really needs to be a Mad About Money stage. So that's next. That's next on the cards.
Yeah. And I think, and then the fun thing about doing that virtual book tour is, as you're reading the excerpts, then now you've recorded it, you can live stream it, but then you've got it for social media clips, and it's going to look different, right? People are going to stop and go, wait, what's this person, this circle square, with all the branding around it? It's going to look visually different.
It will.
Than everything else out there. And again, then you're just reusing your content that you've created and having it sell your book elsewhere. it's and then you can use that, then you got that B-roll, take the noise off of it. It's just you
Yeah,
talking, reading your book in the room, and now you've got, things that you can put content over. It's a great way to build endless B-roll and social media content
it
using
is.
GoBrunch.
It is. And I love how flexible this platform is. It's like, I've also used it for my kids. So like my kids have like I know, and what they want to do, and they've actually been designing their rooms recently, is that at the moment we've got a really small house, so they can't have their friends over. So, I've said to my kids, like, let's go and design you a bedroom. Let's go and design your thing. And then you can invite your friends over and you can have like virtual play dates and stuff like that. Because all they want to do is they want to play together on their like PlayStations, or they want to, play Fortnite or whatever, Roblox.
You can even embed games right in the room and then they can play them together. So it's like lots of fun stuff. Yeah.
It's just a really flexible place, and I love how affordable it is. Lifetime subscription, get involved. Like, it is a really cool place. And if you want to come and see it in action, Visible Fest is the 7th and 8th of May. It's free to join. We've made it inclusive. We are going to be streaming basically all day from 9 a.m. UK time to like 6 p.m. In I guess UK time as well, but then we'll probably be back again in the evenings, so that we can make it a bit more accessible for people on the other side of the pond. But for me, it's all about helping people to have their stories and own their soundtrack. So we're also looking for people who want to speak at it as well. Like, if you feel like you've got a story that's really interesting and you are using the power of your own voice to get visible, that's the sort of people that we want on our stages.
I love that. We'll put links below. If you're watching this on YouTube or wherever you're watching this, we'll have that available. Now, let me ask you, what's your favorite part about GoBrunch?
The fact that I can express myself, like the fact that it's not boring. Like, I can brand it all to be me. And that's the whole thing as a visibility strategist and somebody who is living and breathing their own brand all the time. This basically brings a bit of me onto the internet, which is helping everybody, and it helps me to have that identity, and people know me as that lady who has the cassettes and has the lightning bolts and the bright colors and the rainbow stuff. Like, for me, that's really important. Like, I wanted there to be like, you can't do that with Zoom, you can't do that with any of these other boring events platforms. So for me, GoBrunch was just the obvious decision. And I got loads of help from the people who like run the communities and the weekly waffle and all those kind of things to help me to set it all up. And that was it. And everybody's always so helpful. If you get stuck on something, like, there are so many people that you can just like nip into one of their rooms and just go and ask. It's a lovely community.
And what's the next thing you're going to build in GoBrunch? I know we hinted a little bit at the podcast. What else?
Podcast, book tour stuff. And I'm actually about to launch a TikTok accelerator. So I reckon there needs to be some form of like TikTok studio.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's definitely needed. Everybody's trying to figure out TikTok all the time. That's fantastic. Good. And I mean, thank you very much for being here. Anything else you want us to know about your business before we wrap it up here today?
No, I don't think so. I think everything is for me. I think I've told you all the things that I do. There's so many different things. So yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure to be on, and thank you for having me.
Yeah. No, thank you for sharing your spaces with us. I have loved seeing it. Like I said, you have so many cool things happening in there. Again, I love the repetition of the brand. People can very easily know that they're in the right space in there. You've got that great navigation. I think it's great that you're using it for the online events. That's secretly my, I love the offices. I love the membership. I have all that too. But like the online events, I think has just such an awesome opportunity.
Yeah.
And of course, I love the urination station. I love the capacity for that. And the things that could like, you got my mind thinking, and like, definitely having these like spaces for regulation, having spaces where you can, and it feels like you would in real life. Like that's what I try to do is like, you think, I want people to be excited about coming to an online event, right? I don't want them to zone out. I want them to stay engaged. And I think, seeing some of your rooms, it's really got me, like, how can we make this even better? And how can we keep growing GoBrunch? So I really appreciate you coming in here and sharing this with us. It's so fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
It's just, for anybody who is, thinking about why, this is the thing that sets you apart from your competitors. This is the thing that makes you stand out in the market. This is the thing that makes people go, oh my God, I know that lady. She's the woman with the weird, crazy world. That's what people say about me. And people came to Visible Fest, and, I think they almost remembered the scenery and the setting more than they did the people who were actually speaking at the event. And it was just an incredible couple of days, and I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, and I love that, your speakers. How many? You've done one Visible Fest, or have you
done
more than one?
Do you want to know how many speakers we had? It sounds absolutely insane. We had 75 speakers.
Amazing. It doesn't sound insane. I love it.
And actually, if you go and download the Mad About Money app, you can hear all the speakers there. We've got a video section in the app, and you can go and watch all the previous ones.
So the great thing is now, so you've had one Visible Fest, you've got another one coming up in May. Yeah. The great thing is those speakers now have seen what's possible, right? So now they're going to show up, even if you've got anybody coming again, they're going to show up and be like, okay, now how can I actually use this space to really get my message home? And I think it's going to add an extra layer to what you're teaching for visibility, and how they can use tools like this to really give people a multi-sensory experience.
Absolutely.
Zoom could never.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it's been absolutely incredible. And, I love it as a platform. I'm a really, really big champion of it. I think, the things that you can do here, like, and when I go into other people's spaces, I get more ideas, and I think, oh my gosh, I want to do all of these things. But, one step at a time for me, because I have an incredibly active ADHD brain that just wants to do all of the things. So one day at a time.
It's the one thing we need, we need a bit of a ADHD GoBruncher meetup, because I think we can spend a lot of time making a ton of rooms.
Oh my God, and also we'd have so much fun as well. So I think we should definitely do that.
We'll call it AA, but it's the nicer. It's the ADHD rooms aholic. I think it's AR. We'll call it.
Yeah.
Yes. My name is Marisa, and I did make 5 rooms today.
Love it. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Like, we could have co-working sessions where we all just make rooms and then share them at the end.
Really, absolutely. We absolutely could do that. Actually, for the next expo, we're going to do a game show where people make rooms in a time limited function.
God, that's
we're doing like an Iron Chef GoBrunch version. And basically, we'll see who creates the best room. But yeah, we're bringing a game show, the reality TV, to GoBrunch. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. Well, Maddie, Alexander-Grout, thank you very much for being here. It was very exciting to see your rooms. I can't wait to see what you keep making. And definitely, I'm going to have to go check out your festival, because I think it sounds amazing. Plus, I love attending GoBrunch events. It is kind of my idea of a good time. I also don't really like going to events in person. So it is great to be able to go and connect with people and not have to leave my house or put on pants. And it's probably the greatest thing ever. But thank you very much for being here. If you are watching this, we have so many more incredible GoBrunchers coming up. My Fridays are booked for the next few months, so you will want to subscribe to GoBrunch. Absolutely give us a follow. If you know of someone who needs to create a business, a community, and wants to develop a connection to people, please tell them about GoBrunch. All of the links are below. Definitely go check out Maddie's information. Her stuff is all below too. Thank you all for being here. Bye, everybody.